call this meeting of the Winnsboro City Council to order. The time is 5:30 on June 9th, 2026. I'd like to welcome everybody here and would ask that this time you silence your cell phones so as not to interrupt the meeting. If the need arises to have a phone conversation, please step out to the lobby or outside so as not to interrupt the speakers or the meeting going on. This time I'll establish a roll call starting to my right.
Shepherd, here. Lori, here. Councilman Thatcher, here.
Keith, here.
Let the record reflect a quorum of the City Council is present, and notice that this meeting was posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Moving on, our item number 3 is our invocation and pledge. I'll ask Councilman King to lead our invocation, so if you please stand.
Dear Lord, thank you for letting us gather here today, Lord, and blessing us with some beautiful weather and some nice rain throughout the last week, Lord. We ask you to be with each of us as we make decisions to the betterment of this community, Lord.
The pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Item 4, we have no proclamations, presentations, or announcements this month. So we'll move on to item 5, public comments. This is a time when the public may address City Council on any subject. However, the Texas Open Meeting Act prohibits the City Council from discussing issues which the public has not been given 72 hours posted notice. The Act does not entitle the public to choose the items to be discussed or to speak about items on the agenda. Anyone wishing to speak prior to the meeting in this section must have signed in prior to the meeting being called to order. Seeing no one signed in, we'll move on to item 6, our consent items. Okay, Marcia, go ahead and come up, state your name and address for the record. Hang on, I can't write that fast. What's the address?
112 Orange.
Orange. Go ahead.
Thank you, Council, for letting me address y'all this afternoon. Having our resource center over on Cotton Bay, in the last couple of weeks, I have been sitting out there and observing all the traffic that they have out there. And I noticed that some of the patrons that are coming by are not stopping at the stop sign. They're like oblivious to them, they're just going right through those stop signs. So I think maybe the council needs to look at maybe putting a stripe down or something to get their attention besides having the stop sign. Because in the afternoons, I sit out there and there's a lot of kids going over into the park. And I just don't want to see kids hit. You know, that's serious. And I just want to let the council know that people are not stopping at the stop sign. So something needs to be done.
Okay. I'm seeing Skip back there. He's giving me a thumbs up that he will take a look at it.
Is that a new stop? Like that stop sign's been there for a few years, but it hasn't always been that bad. It used to be a drivable, like a straight.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's just a new stop sign. We just need to bring more awareness to it. Because I'm pretty sure I ran it the other day, and I looked back and was like, I think that's a stop sign there.
Chief, you need to have words with him after the meeting. That was a raised yes, I statement. Okay. Moving on to our consent items, item 6. Items 6.1, council, in your package you'll find your minutes from our last meeting. The copy of the financials and staff reports. Is there any member of the staff that would like to submit anything additional to their report? Okay, seeing no one come forward. Council, I'll entertain a motion for the minutes, financials, and staff report.
So
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second by Councilwoman Thatcher. I have to think about who's over here now. Any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 6.2, Main Street Board appointment, Andy Miller. Ms. Stout, do you have anything you'd like to add to this?
I just wanted to tell you, we as a Main Street, National Main Street District, accredited again this year for the 23rd year in a row, had an opening on our board, and that opening was applied to by Andy
Ms. Miller, would you like to come up and tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Andy Miller. I've been with Winnsboro Farmers Market for several years, since 2 years now, 1 year. And I've been a vendor with Farmers Market since 2019, and we moved here in 2018. So we've been doing the artisan walk on the Bowery. This is the 7th year running that. It's been really successful. So I definitely see a lot of benefit to working with Carolyn and the Main Street Board with the farmers market.
Council, do you have any questions for Ms. Miller? Okay, thank you. Council, I entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the appointment of Andy Miller as the Main Street Board appointee.
Have a motion, do I hear a second?
I second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Section 7, item 7.1, action on resolution 2026-08, authorizing agreements and financial assistance from TxDOT for improvement to the municipal airport. This resolution is for reimbursement of land acquisition improvements. This resolution, council, the one that's in your packet, we had a last-minute verbiage change at the request of the project advisor. The section that was changed says, whereas the total project costs not to exceed $395,789.47, and the city of Winnsboro are responsible for the total project cost and will seek 95% reimbursement from TxDOT. We were advised 10 minutes before the meeting that that's a number that TxDOT just generated, that the project cost is probably not even going to be close to that, but they just put it as a placeholder there. That's why we had to change it to not to exceed $395,789. And this is for the acquisition of what's termed the Mullinax property to the east of the airport. Okay. It's that way to the airport, okay. Council, any questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Have a motion, do I hear a second? Have a motion and a second, any further discussion from the council? Maury motioned, Young's been seconded. You have to speak up so she can hear you. And I didn't start the recorder, so she's going to yell at me. Any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 7.2, action on resolution 2026-09, authorizing agreements and financial assistance from TxDOT for an automated weather observation system, also known as AWAS, at the airport. The total project cost on this is $250,000, and the city of Winnsboro will be responsible for the total project cost and will seek 90% reimbursement from TxDOT. Council, any questions?
I do. Mackenzie, could you just kind of give us an update, especially for these new council members who are like, why aren't we spending all this money all of a sudden? Just to kind of give a backstory of what all the steps we've taken to get to this point.
Sure. So on the first one, the land reimbursement on the Mullinax land, this is to protect the runway. This is a certain distance from the center of the runway that TxDOT says in order to be compliant, you have to have an object-free area here. Well, the only way the city can guarantee that it's going to be an object-free area is if we own it. So the EDC purchased it. We subdivided only the portion we needed to protect the runway, and then EDC kept that. The portion that the city kept is eligible for reimbursement through TxDOT. These are banked funds because we are a classified airport. So every year TxDOT gives the city around $100,000 and these are banked funds. So these are monies that we already have. So outside of the matching portion, the money's already there. And then the portion that the city needs for the match is already a part of the budget process. We expect those things to happen and it's already allocated in the budget. The AWAS is similar. It's a different pot of money, but it is also banked funds that we will have. It's called an AWAS, which is a, Daryl, help me out. There you go. Oh, thanks, Paul. Yeah, automated weather observation system. Do you want to talk about that, Daryl? I don't really. Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Tell them why pilots like that. I know pilots like it, but I don't know. Yes, this is Daryl. He is our airport manager.
AWAS is lost work your names for. Most airports that might have people stopping there have this pilot flying around. Doing it at a certain frequency, you hear what the
As long as it's not ours.
Anything else?
Council, any other questions?
Thank you, Daryl.
So would this require somebody like being there full time, or it's just running itself, like?
A good
No, that's part of the automated. It does itself.
So no one
No.
would have to like control it, like after the automated part that I just.
Is there a internal facing part where we as a city can log in and see different metrics that
You can call it.
we call into it? Okay.
Call.
So if council was curious, we could provide them with that information, they'd be able to call, okay.
We'll be posting the phone number also. It's listed on airnav.com, several different aviation websites.
And the Wood County Airport uses theirs if they have to close their runway, or if they're doing something special at the airport, they'll put an announcement on it, that when it's tuned, it will broadcast that as part of the regular.
Those there, get away the land.
Council, any questions?
Thank you, Daryl.
Okay. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve item 7.2, action on resolution 2026-09, authorizing agreement for financial assistance for TxDOT automated weather observation system.
Have a motion, do I hear a second? Have a motion and a second, any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. Section 8, general discussion by council or staff. Staff, do you have anything you'd like to say?
For those of you that I have not already asked, your availability on the 23rd of this month for a special called joint meeting at 4 p.m. We'll be meeting with the consultant that the EDC and council agreed to hire to discuss what success looks like on the Key Energy property next door to City Hall. So whether you can or cannot make it, please confirm by email as soon as possible so that I can verify that we have a quorum before we go through putting that agenda together.
Okay. Council, do you have any general comments you'd like to make? Okay. Hearing none, the next regular city council meeting will be held on July 14th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. All requests to be placed on the agenda must be completed and turned into City Hall no later than noon, 10 business days before the scheduled meeting. Seeing no other items on our agenda, we stand adjourned at 5:43.